One of the challenges a lot of parents have is they feel obligated to be to have their child be part of certain social or family or school organizations or groups, but the child might not be ready, might not be prepared, and they're worried that how are they going to perform? How are they going to handle it? And we talk about the margins of safety within each of these groups. And what it's hard, and what I oftentimes counsel parents in this area is that sometimes they're going to have to make a hard decision. I would suggest that for social situations, that until they're really ready, and you kind of know when they're beginning to be ready, is because they'll begin to perform that way on their own, that you might just have to decline, even though you think it's critically important. You might have to get a trusted sitter who knows with them, but not put them in that situation, because you know that the re-traumatization is just going to put them back to where they were previously. School situations, there's a myriad of issues with school situations. I certainly recommend as much as possible that every parent do what they have to do to get their children an IEP, and through that IEP, they can begin to get in-class support. My first recommendation is to find a pro-trauma or a trauma-informed alternative school. Those schools will work best for your child. Um, Granted, they're not everywhere in the country, and they're not easily to get into, and a lot of schools will fight you. But those would be my preference and my recommendation for the first step. But if you have to go to a public school, that's required, and you can't do a homeschool situation, and you have to work through your IEP or other programs, then you work to try to get an in-class support. Oftentimes they'll provide a in-class support for the child for the whole day. It's possible in severe situations. It's also possible that that the school will fight you. It might be a situation where, again, you might have to change, as hard as it sounds, change schools, change school districts, find alternative ways any way you can find it. Because what it's going to do is it's going to do one of two things. Either the child will never get beyond a certain level with the trauma and get into adulthood with those same issues, or it's going to greatly extend the amount of time it takes to heal. And those are the options that every parent has to work on. And what I really recommend to parents is to sit down and think and have that big conversation with themselves, because usually what it is that they feel obligated. I'm stuck in this situation. I have to do this. And what we need to do as a family, what we need to do is in our group, is to support each other to say, well, you don't. Let's see this is what we did. This is what other parents did. This is what we did to change the situation. There might be other ways of helping, ideas and pursuit and things like that. So there are other methods, and we have to, as the parents of these kids, really take control of the situation and figure out how we're going to implement these margins of safety, and not just accept the hand we're dealt with. And that's what a lot of this is. We have to be proactive, not reactive.